Introducing 60 and 98 pounds, the only wrestler with the best voice, Mr. Jacob Jr. So, hi guys, uh, I just came back from Nyanza just the other day, and the thing is, I wasn't sick. I was there for like 2 weeks, and I didn't even get sick at any point. But I just came back to Nairobi, and my man, I'm sick, so sick. I don't even know what's happening, because when I was there, I heard people talking about being sick and all that stuff, and I was like, no, not a problem, man. I think I'm well immunized and all that shit. But so I came back, and I'm the sickest right now. Just got sick yesterday. Yeah, and I've decided I need to take a test, a COVID-19 rapid test. Yeah. So basically what I'm doing is I'm preparing the swab. Don't worry about the hygiene thing. I already did what? I already sanitize my hands and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to take a COVID-19 rapid test to figure out if it's COVID. Have you guys seen the news? The news right now, the Minister of Education and Science and Technology for Health, Mutai Kagwe, said that there's a rise of COVID-19 cases, and actually people are going to start doing masks again. As I said, to take a rapid test. Remember, this is not the retest. This is a rapid test to help me figure out because I have sort of symptoms. So I'm gonna just get into it, man. I'm doing a rapid test, so don't worry about the stuff around here. I'm just setting it up. I already set up the swab. I just need to now check the thing, you know. Yeah. So I need to cut this thing properly. Here we go. So I'm not gonna give you tutorials on how to do this, but feels good. I wonder how the one they do in the ass would feel. Obviously, it's good. And then this feels good. And then anyway, my woman, I've never thought to do this to me. Okay. We collected it. And then we gonna remove this. No. I removed the wrong one. Oh shit. And then we're just gonna put that into this one and mix it as much as we can. Gonna swirl it, put it in there and all that. Oh man, you have to leave as much as you can inside here, and then you can just shake it. Shake it, and then I don't want to dispose this because I might need to use it again. And then close that. So guys, have any of you ever taken this test? It takes at least 15 seconds. 3 drops. Yeah, I'm properly steady, man. I need to start taking alcohol because the way I'm shaking, I look like a person with dementia. And then I'm gonna do a 15-second stopwatch. very quickly. They're gonna have a countdown for 15 minutes. The test is going to take 15 minutes. Yeah, set. And while we're waiting, I am going to be doing what I do best, talking. So, have you guys seen the recent story of the Twitter influencer who just got killed? His body mutilated, his cannoli taken. But I wonder, why would you take someone's cannoli? Because I see if, okay, this is a question. If you were mutilating someone and you cut off their private part, do you just put it aside, or do you put it in a bag and go with it? And when cutting it, is it hard or is it flat? And after cutting, if it was hard, does it continue still being hard? And these guys I'm talking about, men, private parts, of course. And I'm also talking to people who kill people. I don't know, slide my DM, drop a comment, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but that's beside the point. The story is that this guy, the reason why this happened to him is because he was a scammer. He used to scam people. And I've never understood why would you decide to become a scammer when you can simply act porn. Do you know how much porn pays? Do you know how much porn actors get paid? Look around. So you might not see them if you look around, but if you look at the videos, you might see them. The other thing about porn that doesn't still sit well with me is the fact that this is a fact that porn websites have more viewers a day than YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and every social media combined. And that's a massive market. But a lot of brands don't want to advertise on porn sites. In fact, the ad spaces on porn sites are usually in advertising no porn or scams, majorly scams, and casinos, and even very reputable betting companies won't advertise on porn sites. I don't know why, but is it the hypocritical nature of us? Because if we are all on this thing, why are we afraid? Why is it a shame to say that you're here? And in fact, if one day I become a owner of a company, I think I'm going to advertise on a porn site, and I'm sure there's going to be a backlash. But what is it? Wajakhoya told us not to be with any shame. Wajakhoya yesterday, when churches responded to him and they were like, we've denounced you, man, that guy is learned. But this is what he said. He said, there are a lot of homeless people around, but every time a church is closed on a Sunday, it's open again on a Sunday. Why can't the churches, if they're honest in their dealings, if they're honest in what they do, why can't they give the homeless people a place to stay when the church is not operating? And again, this I'm talking to the preachers, the padres, the fathers, to the kids. Slide in my DM or anything that you can, and just tell me why can't you just be helpful. And one thing I love about Wajakhoya is the fact that he is fearless. So despite saying that the church is not agreeing to accommodate the homeless, of course, it's just an empty house, but it needs to be closed. In fact, I think people, the pastors, the preachers, got this from Jesus himself, because there was a time when the Jews were like, we don't have a market, and we have an empty hall here, a church. You can turn it to market when there is no preaching going on. And it's like a good idea. We're like, yeah, it's so big, it's huge, and then people, it's a safe space. You can do your market freely. And for some reasons, Jesus was around there at that time, and he got wind of that his father's house has been turned into a marketplace. He went with whips, the kibe ones. He went with them and he chewed everybody. Yeah, and he chewed everybody. And churches, I think, learned this. So I think the Father's house, but the difference between Jesus and the church is that was Jesus' our Father's house. In fact, how would you feel if you find people turning your house into a market? What would Jesus do? That is the same thing I would do. But these pastors, this is not their Father's house. This is the building for the people. Again, Wajakhoya, I stand with you. But despite the point, the other thing that he said is that when you guys are receiving your Sugoi packs, do you ever think about it? And he was like, you have no authority to lecture me on certain things. And my test. Let me see how my test has gone. Remember, if you did not start this video from the start, which is pretty weird. I am just taking my COVID test. I'm waiting for the results. I'm supposed to wait for 15 minutes. We're already into 5. We're already 7 minutes in. And that is it. The other thing, man, I was thinking about, has anyone ever promised you weed and then didn't bring it? For smoke weed, of course. I care about every other person. For people who smoke cigarette, I have your thing too coming. So, has someone ever promised you weed and then they didn't deliver? I feel like that is the way I will feel when I elect Wajakhoya and he doesn't deliver it. And we all know politicians. We know politicians would lie. And if there's a reason I'm so afraid of voting for Wajakhoya, that's it. What if he doesn't deliver the way that he's promised? I don't think I will live past that. On the other hand, Raila is here. Raila has promised us money. And honestly, guys, I'm man. A man, if you promise them money, they're not going to behave like their agenda. They're not going to keep on calling you every time. Oh, money, you promised me money. Oh, how are you doing? Oh, see, last night when we were talking, you promised me money. Can I have it? You see, the thing about being promised money and the money not being delivered, I have a feeling that I can live with that. Because that's what I do on the daily. People promise me money, don't deliver. So I think it's something you can live with. But I can't live. If you're my friend, you promise me that you don't show up, we're stopping. We're not going to be friends. Hatuwezi kuwa marafiki. Hatuwezi endelea kufanyana hivi. Imefika wakati ambapo kila binadamu anafaa make their own decisions. And make this decision, although it's very sad that if you promise me and you don't deliver, you're no longer my friend. But if you promise me money, that's what you do daily. On the other hand, there is the promise of jobs, which has been reduced to wheelbarrows by Ruto. Oh man, I think promising people jobs to make it better, menial jobs. It's something that a lot of uncles have done. It's something that a lot of uncles have done. This is sad. This is home. This is personal. Being promised a job, send your papers. Don't get the job. It's very painful. If you promise people jobs, you need to give them jobs. You don't need to look at their degrees. You need to give them jobs. But this is what all the governments have been doing. Every other government has promised us jobs. Did they deliver? No. Have we lived with it? Yes. That's why up to this point I get to a point where I'm saying there are only two horses in this race. It's something that we've never lived with, and and that will kill us. But the people who are promising things that we've always been promised are not being delivered. But they put a precedent for the politician that most politicians are lies, if not all. And so we've learned to live with their lies. And so we have this status quo that probably is going to be maintained. And I ask you, you're going to decide between being promised a job and not being given one, and between being promised money and not being given one. What will you choose? What will you choose? And for people with jobs, how would you feel if your salary doesn't come into your account? And for the people with money, how will you feel if the job you paid for was not done? Imagine you're a socialite. You have money, but you have no job. Producers do socialites work? I think they do. You've gone for a good job or an ass job and it's not paid for. And it's paid for, but it's not delivered. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? There's a very painful choice to make in this election, and that is the election between promised jobs, promised money, promised with. In fact, the four presidential candidates. The other one probably is doing what every other person doing, promising people air and not delivering. Getting a tender to produce air, like you don't see it. It's like that. You don't see him. You don't hear him. He's just the fourth man in the race. I don't even know his name. But whatever. Let's talk about the three that matter. If you have a choice to choose between being scandalous or being a fraudster and being a porn star, you need to be a star. That was a good one. Oh man, I mean, if I have to take this rapid test every other time, I don't know, we have like 2 minutes left. This is the time when you have 2 minutes to wait for your result after you guys gone for an HIV test. And then there is, of course, the pre-counseling. And then there is the post-counseling. You see what I'm doing here? I've just taken a test. And this is what I was just doing to myself was post-counseling. But if you started this video from the beginning, I started with pre-counseling. I pre-counseled myself, saying hi to yourself, you guys, and all that. But now I can waste a lot of time post-counseling, but even for an HIV counselor, when they talk to you about everything, they get to a point where they get serious and they're like, and for now, I want you to understand that whatever results you're going to find from that test, it's not going to define your life moving forward. It's not going to define your life. And so, whatever result is here, you take it positively. No, I mean, take it well. It would, whether it's positive or negative. And so, are you ready for the results? Probably. Most people don't do this, but I think, that counseling thing should not be a monologue. Because at the end, so what do you think the result's gonna be? And then you look at your life, you look at all you're owing, all the time you've used the condoms, and you're really positive that it's negative. Oh man, and the counselor okay, whatever that means. So I'm gonna get the results, and I'm gonna allow you to look at them yourself. Is that okay? But remember, if it's double line, it's positive. Time is up. If it's single line, you're negative. Oh my days! I am COVID-19 negative. So that's it, and it means I have other problems that are not COVID related. I have to get back to finding out what's my next problem. Is it AIDS? Is it HIV? Is it, I don't know, gonorrhea, syphilis, whatever disease that is ailing me, whatever the reason why my head is aching, I need to figure that out. And if you fucked with me up to this point, man, thank you. More love.